Give it up for all the artistry that you heard. These are jokes, guys. In a way, my body has a lot in common with the skyrocketing rents in gentrified neighborhoods. Because it almost cost me an arm and a leg too, guys. So I often wonder how I came to be born with 5 fingers and this hands-free cell phone device. And I picture myself standing in a body picking line, right? And I ask God, you know, what's a girl gotta do to be born with brains and these big ass titties? Give an arm and a leg. God said, nah, just an arm. I was like, how about half? And he said, keep the change. Okay, guys, I wasn't really born this way. You guys, you want to know what really happened to my arm? Yeah, nobody? Thank you. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna tell you what happened to my arm, right? You know that game, you know, that the kids play these days. You know, it has that knife. You put your hand on the table and you like do that thing, right? You guys see my crossed eyes? I wear bifocals, right? And I wasn't wearing my glasses that day. Okay, no, that's not true. Oh, shit. Okay, wait, you know, I did it and my friends gave me a butcher knife. And that's not true, okay. Oh, you guys are fucking up, man. Listen, no, really what happened, right? What happened was, my mother took me to the zoo when I was 3 because my dad wasn't around. My dad really wasn't around, man. So my dad wasn't around, right? So my mom had to take me to the zoo. And she worked 2 jobs and she fell asleep. I was feeding the lion jelly beans because she was sleeping and he ate my hand. You guys are really, you know what? I guess what I'm trying to say, you know, I try to stay really positive about having one hand. And the best part about having one hand, except for you, Monica, you fucked it up for me, Monica. The best part about having one hand is usually it gives me so many believable stories to tell. Bad Monica. But listen, I want to share something else because I feel like we're like family. I am the only straight woman in my family, guys. Yeah. And I'm also the only woman in my family who happens to have one hand. Which means we have located the gay gene, ladies and gentlemen. It's in your left hand. Now, I know this, right? Because my mom is gay, right? I have a bisexual daughter, a lesbian daughter, and a gender fluid daughter. You know, which is making me start to believe that being straight is a choice that I made, guys. Okay. I don't know. I feel like I could have been bisexual. I could have, like, you know, been into women. But when I was born, back when I was born, Republicans were talking about how, you know, gay people shouldn't be allowed to raise children because if they did, you know, their sons would grow up to be Catholic priests. And their daughters would grow up to be Republicans. So I figured somebody had to man up and take one for the team. And that's how that went down, you know what I'm saying? And I don't understand, really, honestly, I don't understand why religions are so against homosexuality. You know, because when you think about it, right? Homosexuality reduces the number of unwanted pregnancies. Yeah. By 100%, guys. And it's fiscally responsible, you know? Because if your daughter marries another woman, the families get to cut the wedding expenses in half. And if your son marries another man, fuck him. He can pay for his own wedding. You know, seriously, because that way you're not too disappointed should you discover Your son happens to be the bottom one. Listen, I know that I'm not the only one who prefers my son to be a giver in this scenario. My great-grandfather always told me, it is better to give than to receive. Up the anus. You know, and if you like it up the listen, I'm recently single. I love, no, I'm not gonna get into that, but what I do wanna say is, when I meet the next big, great thing, I'm gonna have some questions for him. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be like, are you straight? I'm gonna be like, are you single? And do you eat the booty like groceries, sir? You know, because if he does eat the booty like groceries, no disrespect to anybody who likes having their groceries eating out the booty, but if he does, I'm gonna be like, no, I don't want your number, no, I don't want to give you my, you know, because it's bad enough knowing that everybody you sleep with, wait, let me try to figure that problem out. It's bad enough knowing that you are sleeping with everyone that person is sleeping with, right? Now I gotta be worried that every mouth I kiss is filled with somebody else's groceries. Fuck out of here. But the good thing about dating a man that eats the booty like groceries is he can't tell you shit about the food you cook for him. You know, if he had the fucking nerve to tell you your food tastes like shit, like, fuck you, Felicia. You eat shit anyway.